What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, January 24th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. As always, I appreciate you so much. I hope you had a great weekend. Check out the weekly forecast. It's up. Check out the weekly tarot. It's up. And yeah, sending you all my best to start off this week. I hope you're doing outstanding. Of course, this moon's going to be finishing up in Libra, so it's going to be square Pluto. We got the sun in Aquarius at 4 degrees. Mercury is retrograde, getting ready to make that ingress. But the big news today, of course, is Mars ingressing into 0 Capricorn at about 4:52 a.m. on the West Coast, 7:52 a.m. on the East Coast. So we do, really start off this Monday with a bang. And anytime any planet crosses the cardinal into the cardinal signs at 0, you can kind of expect some big-time initiation, and Capricorn stuff deals with governments. A lot of war stuff with Mars too. There's a lot going on in the world, of course. Russia, Ukraine, there's so much. China, Taiwan, you name it out in the world. There's a lot going on. So I would say with the sun at 4 degrees of Aquarius, we're already in an unpredictable Uranian degree. We have Uranus direct at 10 degrees, trine Venus, and Mars coming in. Do not be shocked if you see some crazy stuff go on in the world today. I'll be honest. If there was a day this week where it was like, oh yeah, something unpredictable is right around the corner, today would be the day. And also, Saturn here at 14 degrees, we're seeing Mars in semi-square, a 45-degree angle to that Saturn. So even Saturn approaching the semi-square to that 0 point of, not really zero, it's a 0 point of Capricorn, not the 0 point of astrology, but 0 Capricorn. We're in a very strange place. Governments are going to be making moves for what they want, especially with Mars coming in. So I do want to put a red flag on the day, oh yeah, if something crazy happens with governments, and especially with the truckers stuff that's going on in Canada right now and the trucker strike, what's going to come out, from that. So today could be where we get answers for that. And I guess, in a lot of ways, we're all looking for answers, and Mercury retrograde is trying to connect all the dots, but having to look a little bit more inwardly for the dots because we do live in such a strange reality. Of course, Venus and Uranus are getting very tight this week. Venus is going to station and come direct on Saturday. So Venus is stopped at 11 degrees, just chilling there. What's the speed check on Venus? 11 minutes a day. And at 11 degrees, 11:11. Which could bring up some, critical taking a look at things in our life, especially money when it comes to values. Okay, forget about the governments and forget about all the crazy world that we live in, but kind of come back to our own relationships and our own desires to create and our manifestations. And Mars coming into Capricorn is great for us. I mean, as a collective, on an individual level, we can start getting some things done. So you're going to want to start seeing where this retrograde has positioned you in life right now and what has come up, because there's been a lot of that inward processing around people, society, the connections in life, what you're trying to build. There's a lot that's trying to be built. Might not be built yet, but there sure are plans being drawn for that. And you might be starting to feel like a big initiation today to, all right, you know what? I do kind of want to put one step in front of the other and go after my greatest ambitions in life. So Mars is going to be a big boost to help us get things done here. But on a world level, I am starting to raise an eyebrow. What is coming? So wouldn't be shocked, especially with this moon in Libra, definitely trying to find a lot of balance today, trying to find beauty and harmony. It does, of course, bring up relationships, and Venus is trine Uranus. So you could see some crazy relationship moves, especially partnerships, business stuff. Is this in alignment? Is this balanced? You're definitely going to want to double check that. And it's going to square Pluto right there in the afternoon at 11:50 on the West Coast. So we do get that about actually noon on the West Coast, 3 p.m. on the East Coast, and square Pluto. So today goes pretty deep looking for that balance and how we can balance things out with our ambitions and goals and what we're trying to build and work towards. And got to keep work. I mean, it is work here in Capricorn. We have a lot, and Mercury's going to regress back in to Capricorn. So, we can't get discouraged. This is definitely a time to keep working for the beauty that we're looking for. And it might take some deep emotional gusto to go get it. There's a lot of cardinal energy in the chart today. So And Mars coming into cardinal sign, leaving that edge of Sagittarius, and then coming into that 0-0 Capricorn. So there's a lot of edge today. You could be feeling deep desires to emotionally find balance in life, to find beauty, to find harmony, and maybe seeing things that you haven't seen yet because of an unpredictable reality. Maybe something shows up. It's like, well, yeah, that's not what I want to see, but I'm glad I saw it because now I can do something about it. So we get that, like, okay, saw something, and then that's, part of the day for us. We got to figure out what to do with what we see and make sure that it's in, a balanced, aligned place in our lives. And then the moon is going to also come into Scorpio in the evening, and it is going to square Mercury retrograde late at night. So we don't get the first quarter square of the sun today. We get that tomorrow, but we do get that square to Mercury retrograde. So it's like a lot of what we saw needs to be said. Like if we want emotional comfort in life, which Pluto kind of tore the walls down for our comforts a little bit today, then it's about, having to express ourselves or let some things out. Like, what'd you see that you need to bring into alignment? And the moon will be in Scorpio, so it's going to be definitely trying to figure out what it really desires and wants to attract. So we got to figure that out in our personal lives. And it also brings, of course, insecurities or attachment issues. What is our mind attached to at the same time? Like, we got to look at like our emotions and our mind here. What are we so attached to that is out of alignment, that we know is out of alignment, that we need to come to some sort of understanding within ourselves? And we also need to maybe express that with people. A lot of people aspects today, a lot of relationship stuff, partnership stuff, just, whatever you have a relationship to. It could be all sorts of things. Doesn't necessarily have to be a partner, but I bet it is for someone out there going through a situation where they're not feeling in alignment with that. And I will say too, if I clear this a little bit, we got Eros and Jupiter coming together this week. So Eros is at 3 and going to get closer and closer to Jupiter, and they'll meet at 6 degrees. Eros is our passions, our deep desires. It definitely brings a connective, like a sexual element to it, merging. We're trying to merge with things that are going to expand us spiritually right now. And that's where we can find a great, I don't know, maybe just like great, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a great word to put with that great statement. Maybe it'll come in a second, but it also brings up delusions around what we're, with the moon coming into Scorpio, and it's going to make some hard aspects there. I'll be honest. There's definitely things we desire, but we don't want to self-undo or lose track over what our real individual goals are, because it is Aquarius season too. So we got to remember those unique paths we're taking and not just kind of go into some, I don't know, route because of some obsession of a desire or a passion. We just want to check ourselves and make sure that our passions are aligned with the divine and aligned with a very, spiritual calling and matches the individual frequency that you're on. So definitely a lot is going on there. And the moon will start off the day with a quincunx to Neptune. So today's got a kind of a little bit of a mixed bag. Looking for magic, trying to find beauty in our life and bring things into a very cosmic, beautiful, sort of dreamy whole. Not whole with just an H, but WH whole. And figuring out the things in life that are not aligned with the mission and not aligned with, what you really want to, boots on the ground it with. So it's almost like we're getting boots on the ground, but do we have the right size boot in life? Are they going to be able to get us up this mountain? Are they going to take us where we need to go? So we're checking out. And the moon will get close to the trine to Jupiter. It'll get that with the third quarter square to the sun, but not today. Tomorrow morning. Sending you all my best, of course. Definitely when it comes to something happening in the world. I'm looking at this chart like, ooh. Between today and throughout this week as Saturn comes to 15 degrees, because even Saturn at 15 degrees of a fixed sign, things can get a little intense. And Saturn is governments and structures in our physical realm and institutions and who makes the rules. So I'm definitely thinking governments do something unexpected. And then it's also setting up for where things are going with Uranus. It's going to come to 15 degrees in May. And it'll square that 0 point of Aries, where when Uranus ingressed into Aries in 2018, we had that crazy earthquake. And what was that, Fukushima? No, maybe that was the right one. I don't know. That crazy earthquake that hit the nuclear power plant, very Iranian. But that was right at 0 Aries, and we're going to have that 45-degree square to that too. So we have these kind of big energies, and Mars is almost igniting some more of that sort of tension in the air in our world. So don't get too caught up in that, but it also might be stuff that happens that gives you kind of a green light and sort of an aha of what you can do in your own sort of space to create and to, but that South Node's still at 29 of Scorpio, and that's an intense degree for that South Node, and I would not be shocked if we get hit with some fear stuff today. And through the first part of this week. So remember the beautiful life you can create and how to come into alignment with that in whatever aspect of life that may show up today. And just remember too that with Neptune and Jupiter and Pisces, like, oh gosh, can't believe everything you see on TV. Some of it could be true, some of it could not be true. Depends. Any media source, really. Even the internet these days is kind of the more popular route than the television, but same. I pulled 2 cards, so we'll pull 2 cards for today. I got the 3 of Wands, upright. Ooh, I do like that. It's a very beautiful card. I like the 3 of Wands, kind of looking off into the horizon for the beautiful things we can go after and put our passions and our energy into, and she looks very in alignment. So it's like really putting your energy into things that can expand your alignment and more of a destiny's call than just, I don't know, fear stories or what everybody else is doing. Like, this is a good time to definitely keep focused on what you're doing in your life. And we pulled the Devil card reversed with that as well. This is a cool Devil card. I used this deck for the weekly tarot and people liked it, so I haven't used it much, but this cosmic deck is very cool. It's called the Cosmic Tarot. Of course, shackling from the chains that bind us to something is the key today. It seems like it might be easy. I like the Devil card reversed more than I like it upright, because it's almost like we're seeing things that are self-undoing or that are entrapping us to parts of life that we don't want to be a part of. And maybe today it just becomes way more clear of like where the devil's got a hold of us. And we have a fucking key sitting right next to us. So let's take the things off and go in the directions in life right now that are much more pure and in alignment. The alignment thing comes in big today. I feel like we're going to need it. So I do hope that's helpful. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful Monday, and I'll see you for Tuesday's horoscope tomorrow. Much love. Peace.